morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this exciting episode of Baatcheet with Governance Now. Today we have with us Dr. Dileesh Sasi, IAS Chief Executive Officer, Center for E-Governance, Karnataka. It's an honor to welcome Dr. Sasi. IAS is a dynamic civil servant from Karnataka cadre 2017 batch, currently serving as a CEO of the Center for E-Governance and Director of Electronic Delivery of Citizen Services, Government of Karnataka, a champion of digital innovation in public service delivery. He has been instrumental in leading Karnataka's acclaimed Seva Sindhu initiative, a unified portal offering 800 plus citizen services across 80 plus departments and supported by over 10,000 service centers across the state. Known for his citizen-first approach, Dr. Sasi has pioneered home delivery models, mobile application integration, championed home delivery models, mobile app integration, and innovative public-private partnerships to drive inclusive and tech-enabled governance. He has led the rollout of an AI-enhanced platform at CEG to centralize government orders, government circulars, and notifications, increasing transparency and ease of access. We are privileged to hear from a leader whose career blends governance, innovation, and compassion. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for that warm introduction. It's actually overwhelming, but one correction, and now I'm directly not in charge of the Directorate of EDCS, but I was fortunate to be there for almost more than 2 years when the guarantee schemes and other things were rolled out. Now I'm handling the Center for E-Governance along with the Center for Smart Governance, two major initiatives under the same department. But still working in close association with EDCS, which is Electronic Delivery of Citizen Services. So minor correction to the introduction, so we can start.
Absolutely, sir. Well taken on record. My first question to you, sir. How does the Center for E-Governance Karnataka envision its role in driving the state's digital-first governance agenda, and what are the key pillars of this strategy?
As we all know, governance is all about the interaction between government and the citizens. So it's always the e-governance is kind of working as a bridge between the public and the citizens, government, of course. So we are helping the government departments to have kind of e-governance platform to make their activities more robust, convenient, and validated. At the same time, we are helping the citizens also to get the services from the government in a much more streamlined way. So we are the major pillars. If you ask, we have this common infrastructure which is provided to all the government departments, which is a common state data center and the state wide area network, which is providing the data center services to major departments and major services. We are providing connectivity to all the government departments to our wide area network. Then we have common platforms which helps the department to fetch the data which they need, which is, you mean the validated data. We have created certain data sets that can provide the validated data to various government departments. As you know, in Karnataka, many departments have their own capabilities in e-governance. In kind of, you see the IT part, they have their own capabilities. So, but we are helping them to build certain infrastructure or common databases. They can fetch the data, validated data, so that their processes can be streamlined. And towards the fag end, we are providing that final connection to the public, where the web portals are there, various applications from the government, which we are either developed or maintained from our side. So we are maintaining that kind of interaction between public and government also. Absolutely. And like I said, it's a kind of, and we are providing to connect the government departments. We have various applications like e-office and other things. So these are the kind of like a area which we are working on, and we are supporting the government and both the public.
Absolutely, sir. Now, since you highlighted about the various roles that CEG plays, if you could highlight some of the flagship digital initiatives, or let's say platforms such as e-governance services, mobile app, citizen service portals, that has significantly improved the public service delivery or citizen access or administrative efficiency, in the working of the state of Karnataka.
Yeah, the same thing which I was saying. We have some common databases which helps the department. I would like to mention two common platforms in that aspect, which are the Kudumba database and the Fruits database. Kudumba database is the repository of all the families and their members in Karnataka. So we have the data of individual families, their members, and other things which we source from various available data sources in government itself. So we have the validated data of almost more than 90% of citizens in Karnataka in our Kudumba platform. We have the data of almost more than 99% of, I would like to say that 99% of the farmers database in our Fruits data. their with land, without land, their land parcel data, what kind of crops they are rearing. So all these kind of data we are able to generate and create and keep it in our fruits database. Another one I want to mention is the state scholarship portal. Next one will be the e-procurement portal, where all the tenders are being called, which are streamlining all the various activities, tender activities from various government departments. I would like to mention about Seva Sindhu, which is like you already mentioned in your introduction, which is having the largest number of services onboarded in the entire country. So Karnataka is first in the entire country, having around more than 2,000 services are now being added to Seva Sindhu, and much more are in the pipeline to be added. So we are far ahead than any other state in the country. I would like to mention about the ULMS platform, which we are working for the last few years, and will be the next big thing in the coming years, which is a unified land management system, which will be the single source of truth for the whatever land or properties you are having in Karnataka. And now we are working on the advanced technology sites like artificial intelligence and other things, and we are coming up with the PMU. We already had a PMU, and we are coming up with certain projects in that aspects also. If you ask about mobile application, we develop certain applications in-house. And one recent example I can give is which is the recent surveys happen for various surveys which the government officials used to do. We are done away with the manual surveys, and now we have a digital application available for doing various surveys. So these are where the certain things, if I can put it in like a kind of 2-3 minutes, there are much more to say, but these are the few things that came to my
Few
mind.
things, absolutely. Now, Dr. Sasi, as you know, we are in a world where emerging technologies are coming,
Yeah.
artificial intelligence, blockchain, data analytics, and all these actually help to modernize governance, enhance the efficiency, transparency, and enable data-driven decision making. At one point of time, a lot of it was dependent on primary source of data or secondary source of data, ground field data, and then decisions. But nowadays, you have technologies which help you in decision making. So, how is the state of Karnataka, along with the Center for E-Governance, harnessing all these emerging technologies in order for better administration and better decision making?
Yeah, I would like to mention about our AML cell, Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning cell, which we started 2 years back. And now we are coming up with certain case studies which can be utilized for the some of the long pending issues with various departments. So, like you mentioned in your introduction itself, we are coming up with a case study for sorting out all the government orders, circulars, which came out various in various time frames. So it's very difficult for even for the department to find out what were the relevant geos came at various points, and for public it's completely difficult. So we are coming up with a AI-based solution for creating a database of all the geos where it can be sorted out and find out in a much more efficient manner. We are coming up with a kind of a updation in our integrated public grievance redressal portal, where it will be more efficiently the citizen can raise their queries, and it can be much efficiently transferred to the concerned department, and above all it can be redressed in an efficient way through an AI based mechanism, of course using the machine learning also. We came up with a mobile based attendance system, Karnataka Advanced Attendance Monitoring System, CAMS, which we are coming up with again using the AI technologies, which is making more convenient for the government officials to record their attendance. We are in touch with various other organizations like NIC or Bhashini from Government of India also, to leverage on the AI things they are bringing in their portals and their systems. And we actually started a decision support system in our department itself. Through this various technological support, we can tell department on whatever initiative they are taking, how the decision can be taken, what are the parameters has to be looked to, and how the final conclusion can be taken. So we have a decision support system also for a cell we started in our CEG also. These are the things which we are currently working upon.
Absolutely. Now, Dr. Shashi, if we talk about, addressing the challenges that come, especially in the rural areas or the little less connected areas or the underdeserved regions of any state, So how is the CEG addressing challenges related to digital inclusion, infrastructure and basic education and user adoption, especially in areas where connectivity is a particular issue?
Of course, one thing we know that mobile penetration is much better in many parts of the state. I was fortunate to work in different parts of the state before coming here. So I used to know that mobile penetration is much better in many of the parts. So we can reach out to them through mobile applications. Even we are coming up with WhatsApp-based services. In
Hmm.
feature phones, even they can avail the services through SMS or IVR calls through an interactions. We are coming up with such solutions. But like you said, in certain areas when the connectivity is an issue, still there is a challenge for reaching out to them. So we are coming up. We already have a project called Grama One,
Hmm.
and Bangalore one and Karnataka one. You can we have our own service centers in common service centers kind of things from the government of Karnataka in various part of the state. So we have more almost reaching up to 8,000 centers, and we have penetration throughout the state. So we are empowering the local youth to come up with this kind of initiatives, so they can help the local population to avail this kind of services and schemes from the government. We have around, like I said, more than 7,000 youth are working in different parts of the, especially in rural areas, coming in
Hmm.
our setting up their centers with our support to help the local youth, local citizens to get the government services. And one more thing we are coming out with, this is the how the deprived population can be identified in each area. So most of
Hmm.
the time they are not aware that they are eligible for certain kind of benefits, and there they can avail these kind of services. So through our
Hmm.
databases, we are able to identify we who are the deprived population in each locality, including their
Absolutely.
details, their ration card number, their addresses, in certain cases to an extent other details also. So we are able to find out them, and we are able to provide the data to the local governance structures to identify them and reach out to them. In that
Hmm.
way, if they are also not able to reach out to them, we will be able to reach out to them. So we have mechanisms in both the ways. Either they can reach out to
Absolutely.
them through our centers, or otherwise we'll reach out to them through our data
Good
available with
approach.
us. Yes.
It's a two-way approach.
Yes.
Absolutely. Government reaching out to citizens, and citizens can also reach out to the government.
Correct.
Now, Dr. Sasi, towards my last question, looking ahead, we all talk about what the future beholds for us and how do we be prepared or ready for it. Now, what are the Center for E-Governance's Karnataka's key priorities and future plans in order to strengthen the digital public infrastructure so that you create a scalable, secure, and a citizen-centric governance model?
Yeah. I think your question covers all the aspects. It should be scalable, it should be citizen centric, and it should be secure. Like I said, we are coming up with all these new technologies and other things. We are having so much data. So itself, that condition itself is a kind of very securely we have to manage, because security, data privacy, these are the key things in these days. Invest in newer technologies, invest in the infrastructure, other things we have to do. We have to do parallel. It's happening. Fortunate to be in Bangalore, we have access to the best technology in the entire world. We have good support coming from the private sector. All these
Hmm.
things are happening, but on security, data privacy, these are the areas I think we have to invest more, because
Hmm.
other things anyway, technology and other things, you will be forced to invest, but security, data privacy, and other things we have to invest a lot more. Investment, not only like I said, like we have to invest like a monetary investment, we have to invest in our human resources also. They have to be trained, officials has to be trained regarding the integrities in data privacy, how it can be secured, how it should be used, security aspects, how they have to use even their on systems or the office systems. All these things has to be, we have to train our officials, we have to train the public also, because these are the things to be the bigger things. Other than with the technology and the penetration, all these things are crucial. We have to manage these aspects also. So we are working on policy aspects with various departments like ITBT and cyber wing from the police department, to come up with ideas and initiatives in this regard also. I think other than investing in stability and scalability and other things will come. So we have to invest more in security and other aspects. That's what I believe. And citizens are actually, they're amazing. They know how to adopt the technology and get back to the government. So we'll also try to do our best to reach out to them as a giving back to the public.
Absolutely. With that, Dr. Sasi, thank you so much for joining us. You enlightened us about the various initiatives that the government of Karnataka, along with the Center for E-Governance, is taking in order to harness the digital infrastructure to the fullest. At the same time, this has to be used, as I said, to creating a more secure, scalable, and a citizen-centric approach. Thank you so much for talking to Governance Now on this episode of Baatcheet. Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
so